Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine, thinking about the dangers lurking just around the corner? Imagine living in a place where every day is a battle for survival, where stepping outside your door could mean stepping into a war zone. These aren't scenes from a movie. They're the terrifying reality for millions of Americans living in states plagued by gang violence. Are you ready to uncover the shocking truth about the top 12 states where gangs rule the streets and safety is a luxury? You won't believe the horrors we're about to reveal. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to source for uncovering the hidden truths and shocking realities of our world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an eye-opening update. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both alarming and critical for us to understand. The top 12 states in America with the most severe gang problems. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see your own neighborhood. Gang violence is a harrowing reality that impacts countless communities across the United States. These organized groups engage in criminal activities ranging from drug trafficking and extortion to violent crimes, instilling fear and disrupting lives. But not all states are affected equally. In this video, we'll uncover the top 12 states plagued by the highest levels of gang activity. These are places where families live in constant fear, where violence can erupt at any moment, and where law enforcement faces a daily battle against crime and terror. But before we dive into the list, let's understand the factors contributing to this epidemic. Socioeconomic disparities, lack of education, and limited job opportunities often create a breeding ground for gang culture. Young individuals, searching for belonging and security, are lured into these dangerous groups, often with promises of protection and financial gain. The influence of gangs extends beyond just crime statistics. It tears apart the very fabric of communities, leaving lasting scars. This isn't just a problem for those living in high-crime areas. It's a national issue that demands our attention and action. Now, let's delve into the 12 states where gang problems are most severe. Prepare to be shocked by what we uncover. 1. California. California is often associated with Hollywood glamour, stunning coastlines, and technological innovation. However, it also harbors a dark underbelly of gang violence. The state is home to some of the most notorious gangs in the country, such as the Bloods, Crips, and MS-13. In cities like Los Angeles and Oakland, gang warfare has led to countless fatalities and a pervasive sense of fear among residents. These gangs are involved in a wide range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and human trafficking. The sprawling urban landscape of California provides a perfect breeding ground for gang culture, where socioeconomic disparities and a high cost of living push vulnerable individuals towards gang membership. Despite efforts by law enforcement, the cycle of violence continues, casting a long shadow over the Golden State. 2. Illinois. Illinois, particularly Chicago, is infamous for its gang-related violence. The Windy City has been a battleground for gangs for decades, with neighborhoods like Englewood and Austin experiencing some of the highest rates of violent crime in the country. Gangs such as the Gangster Disciples and the Latin Kings have a stronghold on many parts of the city, engaging in brutal turf wars that often result in tragic loss of life. The proliferation of illegal firearms and the lucrative drug trade exacerbate the situation, making Chicago a focal point of gang activity in the Midwest. Despite numerous community initiatives and increased police presence, the fight against gang violence in Illinois remains an uphill battle, with many residents living in constant fear for their safety. 3. New York. New York State, with its bustling metropolis, is not immune to the scourge of gang violence. While the bright lights of Times Square might symbolize prosperity, neighborhoods in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens tell a different story. Gangs like the Bloods, Crips, and Trinitarius dominate these areas, contributing to high rates of violent crime and drug trafficking. The dense population and economic inequality in New York create an environment where gang culture can thrive. Law enforcement faces significant challenges in combating these entrenched gangs, which often recruit from disadvantaged youth seeking a sense of belonging and financial stability. The constant threat of gang violence disrupts communities, undermining the sense of security and trust among residents. 4. Texas. Texas, with its vast landscapes and booming cities, faces significant gang challenges. In urban centers like Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, gangs such as the Texas Syndicate, Tango Blast, and MS-13 are deeply entrenched. These gangs are involved in a myriad of criminal enterprises, from drug trafficking to violent crimes, making some neighborhoods dangerous and unpredictable. The proximity to the US-Mexico border further complicates the situation, as cross-border drug trafficking and human smuggling are rampant. The sheer size of Texas and its diverse population make it a hotspot for various gang activities. Efforts to curb gang violence are ongoing, but the state's unique challenges require a multifaceted approach to ensure the safety and security of its residents. 5. Florida. Florida's sunny beaches and tourist attractions often overshadow the dark reality of gang violence plaguing its cities. Miami, Tampa, and Orlando are hotspots for gang activity, with groups like the Latin Kings, MS-13, and local street gangs exerting significant influence. These gangs engage in drug trafficking, violent crimes, and other illegal activities, creating an atmosphere of fear and insecurity. Florida's diverse population and status as a gateway for international travel contribute to the complexity of its gang problems. Law enforcement agencies continuously battle these gangs, but the allure of the drug trade and other illegal activities makes it a persistent issue. Residents in affected areas often feel trapped in a cycle of violence and crime that is difficult to escape. 6. Nevada. Nevada, particularly Las Vegas, is known for its glitzy casinos and vibrant nightlife. But beneath the surface lies a serious gang problem. Gangs such as the 18th Street Gang, Bloods, and Crips have a strong presence in the city, contributing to high rates of violent crime and drug trafficking. The transient nature of Las Vegas, with its influx of tourists and transient residents, makes it an attractive location for gang activities. The city's sprawling suburbs and economic disparities provide fertile ground for gang recruitment and operations. Despite ongoing efforts by law enforcement to dismantle these gangs, the allure of quick money and the city's anonymity continue to fuel gang violence and criminal activities. 7. Michigan. Michigan, particularly Detroit, has long struggled with gang violence. The Motor City's economic decline and population loss have left many neighborhoods vulnerable to gang influence. Gangs like the Black Mafia family and Latin Counts operate with relative impunity, engaging in drug trafficking, extortion, and violent crimes. The economic hardships faced by many Detroit residents make them susceptible to gang recruitment, as individuals seek financial stability and protection. The city's law enforcement agencies are constantly working to combat these gangs. But the deep-rooted issues of poverty and unemployment make it a daunting task. The impact of gang violence in Michigan is felt across communities, eroding trust and safety. 8. Georgia. Georgia, especially Atlanta, has seen a rise in gang-related violence over the past decade. The city's rapid growth and economic disparity have contributed to the proliferation of gangs such as the Bloods, Crips, and Gangster Disciples. These gangs are heavily involved in drug trafficking, armed robberies, and other violent crimes. Atlanta's position as a transportation hub makes it a strategic location for gangs looking to expand their operations. The influence of gang culture extends beyond the city limits, affecting suburban and rural areas as well. Law enforcement agencies are engaged in an ongoing battle to curb gang activities. But the challenge is immense, with new gangs constantly emerging and adapting. 9. Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is a city with a rich history and vibrant culture, but it also faces significant gang problems. Gangs such as the Bloods, Crips, and Latin Kings have a stronghold in many neighborhoods, contributing to high levels of violent crime and drug trafficking. The economic challenges and social disparities in the city create an environment where gang culture can thrive. Philadelphia's law enforcement agencies are continually working to combat these gangs, but the deeply rooted issues of poverty and lack of opportunity make it a complex issue to resolve. The impact of gang violence is felt across the city, disrupting lives and communities. 10. Arizona. Arizona, particularly cities like Phoenix and Tucson, has experienced a surge in gang-related violence. Gangs such as the Mexican Mafia, MS-13, and local street gangs are heavily involved in drug trafficking, human smuggling, and violent crimes. The state's proximity to the U.S.-Mexico border makes it a critical area for cross-border criminal activities. The economic and social disparities in Arizona's urban and rural areas contribute to the proliferation of gang culture. Law enforcement agencies face significant challenges in combating these gangs, but efforts are ongoing to dismantle their operations and reduce the impact of their activities on communities. 11. St. Louis. St. Louis, Missouri, often ranks high in crime statistics, with gangs playing a significant role in the violence. Gangs such as the Bloods, Crips, and local street gangs are involved in various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, armed robberies, and shootings. The city's economic challenges and social disparities create an environment where gang culture can thrive. Despite numerous efforts by law enforcement and community organizations to address the issue, the battle against gang violence in St. Louis remains a daunting task. The impact of gang violence is felt across the city, creating a sense of fear and insecurity among residents. 12. New Orleans. New Orleans, Louisiana, is known for its vibrant culture and lively music scene. But it also grapples with significant gang problems. Gangs such as the Bloods, Crips, and local street gangs are deeply entrenched in the city, contributing to high levels of violent crime and drug trafficking. The city's unique geography and socio-economic challenges create an environment where gang culture can flourish. Law enforcement agencies are continuously working to combat these gangs. But the deeply rooted issues of poverty and lack of opportunity make it a complex problem to resolve. The impact of gang violence in New Orleans is felt across communities, disrupting lives and creating a sense of fear and insecurity. As you can see, gang violence is a pervasive issue affecting many states across our nation. The battle against gangs is ongoing and requires our collective awareness and action. If you found this information eye-opening, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth explorations of critical issues. Click the bell icon so you're always notified when we post new content. Together, we can stay informed and work towards safer communities. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.